Bet you nobody's going to guess where we're at today. So change of scenery.
I know two guys that know where we are at all times.
Okay.
Art and Tom.
Who?
Art and Tom. Tom
Who's Art?
Sowers and LeDuc. No matter where I am, at what store, I turn around and they're standing behind me.
Well, let's see if that happens today.
Yeah, well, we're in their neck of the woods,
Yeah.
so I don't know if we should say where we are.
No. Well, new location today in our Cole Township Shamokin Store Lounge. Just came down, see what the humidor's like.
Yeah.
Not what it's like, but bring some new stuff in, see what's here or not, and
Like a spring refresher, getting ready
spring.
for
Winter's over, right? It's spring.
Northeast. We're ready. Our cigar season is starting to begin.
Mm-hmm.
Not
Yeah.
that most of us it stops for, but there's a lot of guys that that are seasonal smokers.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we're
Well,
looking
it's easier
forward.
to smoke when it's warmer outside.
Yeah, definitely.
But going through the humidor, and I forgot about what I'm smoking here, and I had to do with Don Diego.
Oh boy,
Right, that's
blast
old
from
school,
the past.
right?
Yeah,
Nice, mild. I'd say mild medium.
Yeah.
Started out nice, a little,
Oh, yeah.
a lot of flavor, full
Yeah.
flavor.
I kind of went along the same lines. I went with the Herrera Esteli Habano, which is, even though it's a Habano, it's just like a really nice, creamy cigar. In some sizes we don't carry exact same size at each store, and this size just kind of jumped out
Yeah.
to me today.
Isn't that funny though? No matter the location, different size sell better than others.
Yeah.
Certain brands sell better than others. But still, I would think though and it's probably because it is the best selling size. Anything in a Toro.
So got me a new hat today.
Oh, Mikey bought himself Valentine's Day present. He got that for Valentine's Day.
It's the only way I'm getting a Valentine's Day
There you
present,
go.
or the one I want anyway.
Yeah, there you go. So he bought himself one.
Yeah.
That's it.
Golf season's right around the corner. I'm going to need one for like every weekend.
Yep. Weather stays like this. Hopefully, it's sooner than later.
Well,
with
golf
that.
courses have been packed.
I'm sure they have.
Crazy.
It's been nice out.
Yeah.
A little too cold to be out there for a couple hours though. Some days.
Yeah.
But so, what do you think about? And how do you cut your cigar? And does it depend on what the size of the cigar is, and how do you cut it? You punch cut it? Do you V cut it? Do you
So
straight cut?
smaller ring gauge cigars, I straight cut.
Mm-hmm.
If I've got like a 52, 54, which is pretty much as big as I'll go, I'm going to punch it. If I got a torpedo, I cut it on an angle, right? So back of the cigar, I cut it on an angle this way, gives you more surface area and you get a better draw.
So
Because that's the objective, is the surface area.
Well, but all right, I agree with that. But then when you punch it, you're not getting that much surface area, but you get more concentrated smoke.
You do, yeah. Which
Do you find it harder to draw it with a punch?
I don't find it harder to draw, but what I do find is the last third of the cigar is always a little bit more harsh than if I were to straight cut it. So what ends up happening is
Concentrated nicotine.
it gets built up in the back of the cigar.
or whatever you want to say from the end of the cigar.
Yeah.
And a lot of cigars do get a little more punch.
I mean,
at the end of the smoke.
And you talk
right?
to like these blenders, these guys that are creating the cigar, and they have a certain way that they want that cigar to smoke.
Well, it's their taste.
They don't like V cutters and they don't like punches.
Really?
Don't like them. Yep. No, because it alters again with that concentration, that harshness. The ring gauge of the cigar is supposed to be cut the ring gauge of the cigar.
But you forgot one type of cut you never tried. The bite.
Yeah.
When you don't have a goddamn cutter.
The pocket knife. The
And
old
you just
pocket
gotta
knife.
and you could do it if you're gonna. You pull the cap off.
I've gotten pretty good over the years of just actually pulling the cap off
I do
the
a lot
back.
of times.
Yeah, if you know what you're doing, you could peel that
Just
off.
peel the cap off.
Yeah.
Or even just bite it and it comes
Yeah.
loosens it right up. That's all you need.
Yeah, I mean, and to that point, I see a lot of guys out there that are really, really like picky, with their cigar. Where if it draws a little too tight, or if it's burning a little, a lot of it has to do with the way you light it, the way you cut it, right?
But I think bigger than I agree with that. The bigger way is on how you store it.
Yeah. Oh,
right? You're going to have
Definitely.
problems like if you're out here now, it's cold, you can't leave it in
Yeah.
your car.
No.
I don't care if it's in a travel humidor or not, the temperature's
Nope.
too cold.
No.
Then you're putting a hot flame to it.
And
You have more chance
believe
it's
it or
going to be
not,
screwed up.
I mean, we sold a box of cigars, a special order box of cigars, like 2 weeks ago. Guy gets them, drives to New Jersey, has them in his car a week in the middle of the winter. Then he gets out and he sits by a campfire, right? So not only is it in the extreme cold, no humidor. I said I didn't put it in a humidor. I said I only had them a week. So now your cigars are cold. They're gonna contract. And then when you go next to a campfire with all that heat, I mean the binder's gonna pop. And it's
Everything's got to pop.
that's just the way it goes, you know. I mean, and it's, you know, we try to educate people on it as much as you can, but I mean, this is a handmade product. It's very delicate. I mean, and-
Especially like if you're smoking anything with a Connecticut wrapper or something
Yeah.
that's really delicate. I guess broadleaf will be a little bit more forgiving.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going something broadleaf, a little stronger wrapper.
like Corojo,
Yeah.
it's gonna
But you're
be a
doing-
little more durable. But
You're
you
doing
gotta,
Connecticut or something, that's fragile.
yeah,
That wrapper
yeah,
like that.
or
doing
even
something.
like a Candela. I would stay away
Oh,
from
yeah.
Candelas altogether all winter long
Oh,
because just that little bit of change from your humidor to putting heat to it,
Mm-hmm.
you know, believe me, they're very fragile, very fragile.
Yep. With that. Couple of different ways, but I smoked, I can't think of what, well now I have some smaller ones. I'm smoking the Arturo Fuente Cuban Corona.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice, I mean, that packs a little bit of a punch.
Yeah.
But that wrapper on that is nice. It's a little toothy, a little wonky.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
A little rough, but boy,
Yeah.
is that a nice
Definitely. I
short, I don't know.
it
I
works-
don't know the size of it.
mean, it works well with that. It's probably 44 ring gauge.
Yeah, maybe.
You
It's
know?
about a 20-minute smoke.
I mean, and I
30
found
minute
myself
smoke.
smoking a lot more of those. You know, two of my favorites is the Oliva Serie V.
Mm-hmm.
They have a special edition. It's called the number 4, and the same thing with Aladino. Aladino, the
Oh,
Reserve
yeah.
Corojo. Really nice
But
in
I like
that
that,
size.
but I like the wrapper because it's not like, most cigars, especially if a Connecticut or something, the wrapper's nice and smooth and all.
Mhm.
That one's a little toothy, but boy,
Oh,
does
yeah.
that smoke nice.
Yeah.
It's really.
Lets you know who's
really
boss.
Yeah, it does. With that, sometimes you just look at the cigar in the wrapper. Like I don't remember what kind it was now, but it had like that nice red tint.
Mhm.
Boy, that was really nice.
You know, a lot of the Arturo Fuente Rosado Magnums have that little redness to
That
it,
what it might have been.
little natural sweetness to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a great smoke as well. Yeah, pretty. I mean, you don't see a lot of that Rosado type wrapper. you
Right.
know?
That's nice.
Anything big happen? You want to talk about?
How about that Super Bowl? Huh? That was such a. I mean, that was probably. I mean, one of the best Super Bowls
I think so.
in past years
That I can remember. That I can remember.
Where they just went
As
back
far
and
as the
forth.
back and forth went, I mean, it
Clean
was like
game, right? Not
very
not a
clean
penalties,
game,
nothing.
but it was like one big play. Like they were both making big plays. That I mean, Jalen Hurts had a phenomenal game. I mean, some of the throws he was making,
most of the throws.
very little room for error.
Yep.
I mean, and he was making those throws.
Yep.
He was making those throws. I mean, in my opinion, he's a legitimate,
No doubt.
top quarterback.
And then the heads up move by. Not sure it was for Kansas City instead of going in for a touchdown.
Yeah.
Going giving himself up at the 1.
Yeah, McKinnon. So I hope he didn't spoil any of your.
I know 2 people that he spoiled their
anytime
their line,
touchdown
or
prop?
something like that. Yeah. But that's a heads up play because you imagine how easy that is. Damn, I'm going to score this touchdown.
Well, Nick Chubb did that this year for Cleveland. He didn't stop, goes into the end zone. Jets come back and win the
so
game.
Super Bowl's a little bit. That's me.
Yeah.
I'm scoring.
I'm scoring. Hell yeah! I'm in the record books.
Because
Right?
what's the chance of McKinnon having that opportunity again in the Super Bowl?
Slim to none.
Right?
So the biggest winner of the Super Bowl, Melvin Gordon, traded from the Broncos to the Chiefs for a couple weeks. Gets a Super Bowl ring.
Really? Was he on the team still?
Yeah.
Did he play?
No.
Oh.
He gets a ring.
And the bone, whatever extra.
And the bonus?
Cash, little extra cash.
Yeah.
Little cigar money he's getting.
Well, he was smoking a cigar after the game.
I know.
He couldn't wait. He probably was smoking a cigar during the game. He wasn't playing. But yeah, I thought that was a great Super Bowl, back and
Absolutely.
forth. I didn't have a dog in the fight,
Me
but I
neither,
enjoy
but,
something competitive, back and
I
forth.
felt the rest. I changed my seat like 5 times. A little superstitious. But no, that was an enjoyable game to watch. It really was.
That being said, just look out for those Dolphins next year.
Yeah, right? It's baseball season now.
It is.
Baseball.
Pitchers and catchers,
Pretty soon, right?
not
Gotta be
too
soon.
far
Gotta be
away.
soon.
Yep.
So. Very good. Well, till next time, enjoy what you're smoking.
See you next time.